You wanna get nuts? Come on, let's get nuts. Welcome everyone to Caleb Watches Movies, the channel where I, Caleb, randomly select from one of the many movies that I own and I watch and review them for you, especially on days like today where I am actually watching a movie and you're getting all of my wonderful first-time reactions. And with the big blockbuster release this weekend of The Flash, it is bringing back a former Batman that we haven't seen since 1992, and I thought it would be fun this week to go back and watch those movies and the glory and the history that they've had and the impact that they've had on just pop culture. So today, I'm watching Batman from 1989. A movie that was such a mega blockbuster for Warner Brothers that all of their marketing ever since when it comes to superhero films has been surrounded by this character of Batman. Plus, it's directed by Tim Burton, who at the time was a very prominent director and had a great, unique style that no one else was doing in Hollywood. It's just sad that everything really since then has been the exact same thing and style that Tim Burton does. He's just a creepy motherfucker. And this is a movie that, of course, I have watched multiple times before. I think Michael Keaton is the coolest guy on the planet, and he is definitely the coolest Batman. I wouldn't say he's the best Batman out of all of them. My vote would go to Christian Bale for that, just because of my love for The Dark Knight, but Michael Keaton is definitely the coolest Batman out there. But enough about me talking about watching the movie. I say we get into it right now. Here is my watch-along of the movie Batman. Hopefully you have fun, and hopefully all of you enjoy the Flash movie that is coming out this weekend, and hopefully Michael Keaton is just as glorious in that movie as he is in both of these ones that we're going to be talking about this week. So let's check it out. Batman, 1989. You killed my parents. Many years ago, a YouTuber by the name of Golden Tusk came out with lyrics to the theme of Batman. It's hilarious, and it is fantastic. Batman. Yeah. One of the best themes, I think, in just all of film history, and one of the best scores of Danny Elfman. Danny Elfman, to me, is very hit or miss. Like, he creates some amazing things at some points, but then a lot of his other stuff is just rinse and repeat of the greatness that he did. Like, the stuff he did for Nightmare Before Christmas is fantastic, Batman is fantastic, Edward Scissorhands is great. But then after, like, the 80s, I would say, it felt like a lot of the Danny Elfman stuff that we got was very similar. And Spider-Man was okay, but nothing that meets the grandness that is the Batman score. Songs written and performed by Prince. I remember that. I remember not liking those songs. I'm one of the few people in the world that doesn't like Prince music. Like, I like him as a person, I like what he stood for, and I was sad to hear that he had passed away many years ago, but in terms of, like, his music, it never affected me in any way. And Bruce Wayne is so rich that he carved his insignia of his altered persona in the bricks of his building. One of the great things about these Tim Burton films is that Tim Burton knows how to create the city as a character. Like, it has its own unique style and has its own unique feel. Other films, like Batman v Superman, didn't feel like it was Gotham. Felt like it was Detroit, because it was actually shot there. Look at these idiots. Yeah, you get into the cab, sir, and then you give them directions, or else that shit is gonna happen to you. Why is going down the road better to get a taxi than sitting over there?
Put that away, we'll look like tourists.
Hi, honey.
Yeah, no shit.
I know where we are.
No, you don't, because some shit's about to go down. Similar situation to the situation that caused Bruce Wayne to become Batman.
That ain't what I heard at all.
What did you hear?
I heard the bat got him.
The bat? Oh, man, give me a break, will you?
The bat? What, man? There's no such thing as the bat.
It's all over the pavement.
Oh, cool. What a cool introduction.
We're getting out of here.
What a cool introduction.
man.
Just knowing that he is there makes the scene even better. You know, we know it's gonna happen, but... Yeah.
I'm not going to kill you. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to tell all your friends about me.
What are you?
I'm Batman.
That is a phrase that has stuck with Michael Keaton ever since that day. I'm Batman. Billy D. Williams as Harvey Dent. You always forget about that he was playing Harvey Dent. He's a cool Harvey Dent, because Billy D. Williams is just freaking cool. It's Landau, for Christ's sake. I do enjoy the Batman '89 comic series, though, that came out a couple of years ago with the Billy D. Williams version of Two-Face in that comic. It's a lot of fun. It wasn't fantastic, I would say, but it's nice seeing those characters again and fleshed out after the events of Batman Returns. Wonder if they're going to honor those events in that comic in the Flash movie. Jack Nicholson, the Joker. The man who made this movie, more so than Michael Keaton.
You don't worry about anything, do you, Jack?
No, he doesn't. After the royalties come in from this movie, he doesn't have to worry about anything anymore.
You look fine.
I didn't ask. Jack Nicholson is so great in this movie. He's not the best Joker. I mean, obviously, hands down, the best Joker we ever gotten on screen was Heath Ledger. But this was the 80s, going into the 90s. Jack Nicholson was a huge name, so for him to take on this legendary comic character in this film is just fantastic. It was perfect timing for him, too. It's funny, watching this movie as an adult, you understand the dialogue and what they were saying. This came out in 1989. I probably didn't see it until like 91 or 92. In particular 92, because then I watched the animated series, and that's what got me into Batman. So I was like 4, maybe 5 years old. I wasn't understanding dialogue. I was just wanting to see cool things on the screen. So hearing the dialogue, I'm understanding what's going on. It's nice to understand what's actually going on in the movie.
Hello, Lex.
Oh, it's one of the iconic lines I always remember from this movie. Just the introduction of her. Oh god, she's so beautiful. Love Vickie Vale. Love Vickie Vale in this movie. But the whole introduction of hello legs. Wanted to use that. I have not used that on my wife yet. I need to do that when I come home from work sometimes. Be like, hello legs.
Yes. Yes. Vale, will you marry me?
Nope.
Will you buy me lunch?
Maybe?
I eat light.
When you think about the movie, you always think about Jack Nicholson, you always think about Michael Keaton and Batman, but you forget about the character of Alexander Knox. I think he is great. You are my #1 guy.
Get me Lieutenant Eckhart.
I always liked how he said that name, just Eckhart. Instead of Eckard, just went Eckhart. Get me Lieutenant Eckhart. A casino night at Wayne Manor. Great way to spend a Saturday evening. Michael Goff as Alfred. Still the best Alfred, I think, so far. I loved Michael Caine, what he did in the Dark Knight trilogy. Andy Serkis was great in the Batman, but for nostalgia bit, Michael Goff, he was always the best. He was always the old, wise, and nurturing one. I hope they make reference to him in The Flash, because I think he definitely deserves that. He's one of the best Alfreds. He's great at just playing the nerd. Like, he's Bruce Wayne, and he has this huge fortune, but he doesn't know what to do with it. He knows he's supposed to act like a billionaire and supposed to act with all of these, like, higher-ups, but he just doesn't know how to do that, because it's just not him. He's still kind of that little boy in that alley before everything happened. And it was a roll of the dice to put Michael Keaton in this role of Batman, because at this time, he was Mr. Mom, he was Beetlejuice, he was the comedy guy. So for him to come on out and do this serious take on Batman, remember, up until this time, our references for Batman in the mainstream media was the 1960s TV series. So no one was taking this property seriously in films or in TV. And then all of a sudden this movie comes out and it just blows everyone away. And it's like, whoa, this whole superhero thing, there's something to that. And yes, Superman the movie in 1978, it did open people's eyes to the superhero genre in film, but it was still kind of hailed a little comedic and a little cheesy. But this one, I think, just cleared everyone's mind and said, oh, you can have a serious take on a superhero film or a comic book film. I love how the concept of Bruce Wayne in this world of Gotham, like, no one knows what he looks like. He does a great job of just keeping himself hidden and just shows up when he needs to. He must have been king of the Wicker people.
Oh, where'd this come from?
I have no idea.
It's Japanese.
It's Japanese.
How do you know?
Because I bought it in
That's
Japan.
about it in Japan.
Sir, Commissioner Gordon was compelled to leave.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Very unexpectedly, sir.
I love Michael Goff as Alfred. I love him because he has moments like that in every single movie, especially the one in Batman Forever when he's on the communicator with Bruce Wayne and he's like, he took the car, and he's trying not to say it obviously because someone is listening in, but he's like, no, the other car. You know, I just realized that Bruce Wayne is so freaking paranoid that he has cameras in his like armory here, his fake armory, so that he can watch it on his computer screen in the Batcave. That is how paranoid this man is. Yeah, see? We're gangsters, see? We all wear pinstripe suits, see? And we all wearing these beautiful fedoras. See? Hey look, Commissioner Gordon in these original 4 Batman films is actually doing something. I'm not a big fan of this version of Commissioner Gordon. I mean, hell, the one from the 60s TV show was a better Commissioner Gordon than this guy. He doesn't do anything. He does nothing at all in all 4 of these movies. He just kind of like cheers Batman on. That was the most he's ever done, is get on the horn and be like, nope, I want him alive. And that is it. Such a great theme. I always loved how he said that. Oh no! We get such better relationships with Batman and Commissioner Gordon in other Batman films, though. And this one is just kind of like thrown to the side. Even in the comics is a great relationship. The fact that they kind of did away with that relationship in here, it's a little upsetting. Oh, you're in trouble. You're in trouble, Jack. There's the exit. Can you make it? Come on, punk.
Let him go, or I'll do Gordon.
You'll do Gordon, sir? Hey look, it's our meet cute of our hero. Our hero and the villain are meeting. How adorable. Hey Bob, couldn't you tell Jack where he went? You were watching the whole entire time. You know, I always wondered why he dropped him. Is there a moment there where he gets a glimpse of his face? Ah, he gets a little glimpse of Jack's face. And he's like, wait, I've seen that face before in my nightmares. He's the man that killed my parents. I've never realized that. Okay. Man, I never realized that is why he dropped him. Because I always thought like because he can pick him up with 2 arms easily, you know, and threaten him, but he just drops him with his hand. As a kid, I thought he was just being like a total like badass and being mean. But no, he recognized Jack's face from that moment when he was a kid in that alley. Huh, this is why this channel exists, so that I can watch movies, again, that I have watched many times as a kid, and I can realize and discover brand new things that I never realized when I was a kid. Oh, I love this scene. Love this scene. Of all the foods to eat on a first date, why would you pick soup? The one food that can piss anyone off. Because you don't know if they're slurpers. They're probably just going to slurp because it's fucking soup. I love that little bit because it's very much like, again, the example that this Bruce Wayne, he has all this stuff. And he knows that he's supposed to portray himself in a certain light, but it's just not him. This is more him. Like, let's go to the pantry. Let's have dinner there because this whole thing is not me. I have all this, but this is just not me. Let us see how we did. Maybe he's Italian, I don't know. Here he is. It's the birth of the Joker. It's a great little introduction to Joker. Look how creepy it is. Just that one little spotlight, and you just hear the Jack Nicholson maniacal laugh. It's great.
Who the hell are you? It's me, Sugar Bubs.
Hey, Jack, buddy. Glad you're back, pal. Shit.
You can call me Joker. And as you can see, I'm a lot happier.
Love that little purple stain on his neck. That was the second iteration of Joker that we had in the mainstream media. We had Cesar Romero in the 60s TV series, and he was maniacal. He had a great little laugh. but, you know, it was comical. It was cheesy. Here, he just committed straight up murder. That's what makes Joker terrifying. This is the first time that we see a terrifying Joker on screen. That's why it's so good. Now, as a kid, I remember watching this movie a lot. Just kind of basically going on a Batman binge of 2 movies. But I always preferred Batman Returns because it just had more Batman, it had more villains, had more fighting. This one, it's a very dramatic piece, and there are a lot of scenes like this where it's just talking, relationship building. And as a 4 or 5-year-old kid, I didn't want that. I wanted Batman. I wanted action. So I always preferred Batman Returns. But as an adult, this one is definitely better.
Wait till they get a load of me.
Oh, Bruce. Is Vickie a booty call? Did you give her enough fare for a taxi? Sir?
Back, Miss Vale. We're going to be here for quite a while.
Alfred! Alfred! You blew his cover! Come on! Damn it! Oh, you never shake hands with the Joker, dude. You never shake hands with the Joker. You messed up. I always wondered how they were able to get Joker logo wear so quickly. Like, he just became Joker. How were they able to get all these leather jackets with the Joker logo on it? How did that happen? Why are you angry with him? Because you think he lied to you? I mean, technically he did, but you just had one date. You guys aren't in like a serious relationship, and now you're stalking him. You are stalking him, ma'am.
Where a man dressed up as a bat gets all of my press.
One of the greatest lines in film history.
This town needs an enema.
Yes. When someone ever asks me, like, what's a movie line that we can use for, like, a game or something, I always go with, this town needs an enema. Because it's such a strange, out there line, but it's so great. Jack Nicholson delivers it so well.
She's dating some guy named Wayne.
Dating Wayne? They went on one date. Is that just known? Everyone's like, oh, hey, they're all hanging out now. They're boyfriend and girlfriend. They went on one private date. They didn't go out anywhere.
New and improved Joker products with a new secret ingredient. Smiley.
This is very fitting of what Joker does in the comics, in the history of Batman comics. He would always infect someone with like a laughing gas or some type of formula that would make them laugh themselves to death. So this is very fitting of Joker lore. Cosmetics scaring Gotham, everybody! Yeah, it's a pandemic, basically. You gotta shut it down. Everyone's gotta start working remotely.
We're working on it. I need all the help I can get.
And I think that's like the last time we see Billy D. Williams until the end. They barely use Billy D. Williams in this movie as Harvey Dent. And Harvey Dent is such a prolific Batman character. And they barely use him in here. Now, as a kid, this whole section after Batman drops Jack into the chemicals, the movie just slowed down. And I thought this was just so boring when I was a kid. And it only picks up with the museum scene where Batman comes crashing through the ceiling. I remember as a kid just thinking, like, it takes forever to get to that scene where Batman comes in. Because that's all I wanted as a kid. I just want to see the action. I just want to see the stuff. All this setup and exposition shit, I didn't care about. I just want Batman. Oh, hey, look. Again, this is a pandemic. This is foreshadowing COVID. Joker gas. He dead. What's going on? Put it on. Let's broaden our minds. Lawrence? I probably can't show any of this, or at least I have to mute all of these little clips, because there is no way that I'm going to be allowed to use this, and I will be demonetized, like, instantly for playing this song. I did like this scene, though. It was a lot of fun. Like that part where he's painting the statue. I wanted to do that. That's my style of painting, too. Just kind of like blop it on there, but...
I kind of like this one.
See? Joker is so chaotic and he's so crazy, but he still has some taste. He has some preferences in what he likes in art. Look at that stereo. See, you kids today, you don't understand what we needed in order to play our tunes and our music. Look at that fucking thing.
Crap.
I would agree. A lot of it's crap.
That's good work.
I would consider it art. And actually, Joker, I kind of agree with you. The other pictures was just, you know, magazine stuff. That was actual, like, there's a story behind it. And that's art to me, when you can see the story behind it.
Tell me, what do you know about?
I don't know anything about that man. You're insane.
I thought I was a Pisces. Come on, let's make up.
He's a Pisces? I'm a Pisces. Oh, the Joker and I are both Pisces. Yeah. And that theme kicks in.
Hold on.
How did that device lift him up? He shot it here, but then it totally, like, lifted him up.
Get those wonderful toys.
Yeah. Still probably the coolest Batmobile. Functional? Nah, not really. Like the Tumbler from the Dark Knight films, though it's probably the most functional and badass Batmobile out there. But this one is just so fucking cool. It looks so cool. I love that we're getting this Batmobile. I love that we're getting just the theme back in the Flash movie when Michael Keaton comes back on. Oh, I'm so excited for that. So excited to see it again. But as a kid watching this movie, this part I get excited for. These are always my favorite levels to play on the Super Nintendo Batman Returns game. I never had anything for this Batman movie, but for the Super Nintendo, for Batman Returns, I love the Batmobile level and just shooting the clown car with it. See, that's one of the reasons why the Batmobile, this Batmobile, is not functional, because it needed that little grappling hook to do a sharp turn. It wasn't even that sharp either. He just turned left. Still looks cool, though. It's about the aesthetic. God, it's awesome. Yeah, get rid of those heels. That's smart. I mean, you're not Bryce Dallas Howard in Jurassic World. She can run in heels.
See that thing on my belt? Grab it. Whatever you do, don't let go.
That's gotta be terrifying for her. You just have this little tiny thing that you're holding on to. If you don't, you fall and you die. Shoot him in the head, you idiots. He's right there. Now, the Schumacher films get obliterated for having the atomically correct bat suit, mainly because they had the bat nipples. But this one's anatomically correct too, it just doesn't have the nipples. But this one doesn't get hated on. I always thought that the hate towards the Schumacher films and that bat suit was so just unwarranted, because everyone loves this suit, and that suit from Batman Forever and Batman and Robin, it's basically the same thing, it just had little nipples. Don't know why people freak out about nipples for some reason. A nipple's a nipple. We all have nipples. Let's get over it. Nipples are fine. Nipples are good. I love nipples. Oh, this is the Raiders of the Lost Ark bit. You got someone just doing a whole bunch of kung fu moves, and then that car is just so freaking cool. Now this music has a lot of like Beetlejuice in it. It's that choir in the background. Edward Scissorhands too, you can hear it. Very Danny Elfman. Oh, it's a great score. Great score. If you had the VHS for this movie, before the movie began, there was a commercial for Diet Coke, and it had Alfred on the phone with someone in Wayne Manor, and he's talking about how, you know, the master's on his way, but he's coming quickly in his vehicle. And they showed clips of that Batmobile and those scenes. And I remember it ending with Alfred taking a swig of Diet Coke, and the jingle was "Thanks for the taste of it, Diet Coke," and then Alfred went, "Ah."
Just for the taste of it, Diet Coke.
That brings back so much lovely memories from my childhood, and how Warner Brothers was so inundated with Batman and so all in on Batman. And that is why Batman is still like their front-going superhero today. That's why you have The Flash coming out, but it's really a Batman movie. You have two Batmans in there. You have Michael Keaton, you have Ben Affleck. Which is going to be great too. I love seeing Ben Affleck back in that role. I thought he was great. Probably an overall better Batman was Ben Affleck than Michael Keaton. Again, Michael Keaton is cool. He's the coolest. Ben Affleck, though, I think is probably the better Batman. Now, as a kid, I had no idea what they were talking about in here, but as an adult, they're talking about all of the chemicals and all of the beauty products. And he's talking about his research and testing that he's been doing with a whole bunch of beauty products to figure out what the cure is and how to remedy it. Because he tested it with science. I love that shot. Just the lights on his eyes. See, this is done correctly. I remember I made that comment in the Supergirl movie with Faye Dunaway and how the lights were always on her. But that movie sucked. So this movie's good. So that's the difference. One was good, one was just terrible. A lot of fun watching terrible movies, though, and watching it for this channel.
I have given a name to my pain.
And it is Batman. That's a line we all need to use more in our day-to-day lives. Just, I've given a name to my pain, and it is the thing that annoys you. We need to say that more. You just had one date.
Me out. We went to dinner. I thought we felt something, and I trusted you.
You went to dinner? You had dinner at the mansion.
You're a real nice girl, and I like you a lot. But for right now, shut up. I have something I have to tell you.
Okay, so just in that little moment, he put his hands on her, like shoved her down, and then said, "Shut up." That is not that is not appropriate behavior, sir. Sorry. But again, he's an adult boy. He's an adult baby. He doesn't know how to interact socially. I love how she just randomly has a bowl of popcorn sitting on the fireplace mantle. Is that guy in the background, is he a reverend? He has the minister's collar.
Mistakes. And then he had his...
Right shot! Now you want to get nuts! Come on! Let's get nuts.
There's the Keaton that we knew at this time. What's in the box? What's in the box? That's in the box. Okay.
Oh my God. His parents were murdered in that alley. That's why he went there.
And after they were murdered, the kid posed and took a picture for the daily newspaper.
I have no wish to fill my few remaining years grieving for the loss of old friends or their sons.
Oh, that's why Alfred is so great. He will help Bruce. He will encourage him. He will guide him. But he's also, very sad that he is still stuck on his parents' death, and he does want him to move on. But that's not what he does. He wants him to, he wants to help him. Now, I always wondered why he has this black suit, why he would have just this yellow bat symbol in the middle of it. And it's been a question like all throughout comics, and I think Frank Miller in The Dark Knight Returns explained it, where the reason why he's clad it all in dark colors, dark grays and everything, but the reason why he has this bright yellow is because that's the strongest part of his armor and his body armor. So if people just see this figure moving, they see that yellow spot, that's where they're going to be shooting, that's where they're going to be pointing their gun. So if he gets hit there, it's the safest part on his body with that armor on. So it's really smart, actually. I really love that explanation. I think I prefer, with a bat suit, the non-yellow, just to have the bat symbol on it. The Rebirth version of the bat suit, where it is that big Batman symbol, but it has the yellow outline on it, I think that looks great. I think that's just very, very simple and very minimalistic, and I like it. But if you had to ask me, like, between, the yellow symbol or just the straight up bat symbol, I would go straight up bat symbol every time. Oh, he's had it. He's had it. He knows that face. He knows it. I'm gonna think, and we're gonna get a flashback. Melodramatic stare off into the distance while I think and remember. Oh, look at how happy the Waynes are. Look at how happy. Where's Joaquin Phoenix? He's driving around here somewhere. Yeah, we're following the Waynes home, see? We're gonna rob them, see? Personally, I don't like that they made Joker the one to kill Batman's parents. It does connect Batman and Joker in some way, but I prefer what they did in Batman Begins, where it's just a random person. Just a random act of violence that did it. That's the face.
Let's go, Jack!
See you around.
Thanks, Alfred. Thanks for letting her in. This was my secret hideout. Then again, this is the Alfred who uploaded his consciousness into the computer in Batman and Robin. So that his niece can become part of the Bat family. So he has a history of this. Now the question remains is if that's actually what happened, like if it was actually Joker as a young mob dude who actually killed his parents, or is Bruce just projecting? Like he sees this villain in Gotham wreaking havoc, maybe looks similar or says something similar, but maybe it wasn't him, right? Is this just Bruce projecting all of his hatred and all of his just grief onto this new villain that he is now trying to take out? I think it's the former. I think it was actually Joker as a young man who killed his parents, but it is a question. Maybe it's not. Could be anyone.
We're gonna try to love each other.
You guys went on one date. So Batman just laid a bomb down at the feet of the Joker goons. And one of the things from Batman v Superman was that, oh my god, Ben Affleck's Batman kills. Zack Snyder doesn't know Batman. In every single Batman movie, he has killed someone. Batman has killed someone. He just killed those goons. He's gonna end up killing the Joker. And Batman Returns, he smiles about it. In Batman Forever, he kills Two-Face at the end. The only film that Batman doesn't kill anyone in is Batman and Robin. So if that is your requirement for someone to be like a Batman or the best Batman, is to have Batman not kill someone, then Batman and Robin has to be your favorite movie. Because that's the only one where Batman doesn't kill anyone. So, I don't mind that Batman kills people, right? If it's story-driven, it makes sense. Absolutely. Yes, another Prince song. Here we go. It's the parade, everybody. Trust. They're all animals. Joker is welcoming chaos in the streets of Gotham. One of the coolest vehicles in all of Batman film history. The Batwing. The design looks cool. It looks awesome. Oh, he's flying around. He's gonna take you out, Joker.
Those are my balloons.
Those are my balloons. My balloons. Aw, awesome. Love that shot. Free falling now. I love that they're recalling that in the Flash movie too. There's, in the last trailer, they had the scene at the end where Batman falls out of his Batwing, and as he's falling down, it shows the Batwing against the moonlight. This is what the Dark Knight plays reference to this. Come on.
Come on, you gruesome son of a bitch. Come to me.
Yeah, come on. Hit me. Hit me. Batman, your aiming system is way off. Is that just a long 44 Magnum in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me?
I've got to get you to the church on time.
Oh, lucky you're there. In essence of writing the climax of this movie, it's kind of a boring climax, isn't it? They're walking up to the tower, to the top of the tower, and Batman is just walking behind them. It's not very exciting. They're walking up a tower. Check the vehicle, check the Batwing. There could be something in the glove compartment saying that this belongs to Bruce Wayne or something. Or like Wayne Technologies logo on it or something somewhere. You would think that's what paid for the Batwing. The bells of Notre Dame. Wait a minute. Hold on. The Joker and Vickie were the only ones walking up the tower. How did they get up there? I've never realized that. Continuity makes no sense. That's some bullshit. They shouldn't be up there. Because the helicopter hasn't even come in yet. They come in a little bit later. Yeah, keep swiping the same way at the same angle. Eventually you'll hit him. Dude, he has body armor on. Stop punching the body armor. Punch him in the face. So what do you think to yourself once you're in that predicament and you're just falling? There's nothing you can do. what do you just start thinking? Just like, oh shit. Well, guess this is gonna happen.
Excuse me. Have you ever danced with the devil in the pale moonlight?
Wouldn't hit a guy with glasses on, would you? Huh?
I wish there was some more, I guess more with this climax where Batman and Joker not have a conversation, but just that realization that Joker knew this was Bruce Wayne, and Bruce Wayne like straight up said, "You killed my parents," and I don't know, just had a longer conversation. I know he mentions it, but just wish there was more. They even have a Joker helicopter. Like, look at all the branding. Uh-oh, yeah, it's the last rung, brother. You know he did. And that started the trope in all Batman movies that Batman needs to fall at the end and catch somebody. Batman Returns is the only Batman film, or I guess in this first four, that didn't have to do that. Here we had it. Batman Forever, he had to fall and get Robin and Dr. Chase. And then in Batman and Robin, they just overdid the shit out of it. All started with this one where you have to fall and catch somebody. Yeah, see, that logo is much cleaner and much better. Oh, that just looks great.
Excuse me, Commissioner Gordon, so is all of our tax-paying money paying the electric bill for the bat signal, Mr. Gordon? I think that's bullshit.
I love this ending theme. I really do. It's kind of like the Krypton theme to the Superman theme. This is the Krypton theme for Batman. I just love this theme. Dun 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 dun. That's an awesome shot. Vickie, I'm going to be late to our date because I need to stand on top of a skyscraper to look at my awesome little brand new signal that I gave to the police. Great movie. Love it. Frickin' love it. And I love that we almost had that scene recreated again for Batman Forever. Because at the end of that movie, originally, it was going to have Dr. Chase in the car saying to Alfred, you know, does it ever end? Does this ever end? And Alfred says, no, not in this lifetime. And we were supposed to pan up from all these skyscrapers in Gotham. And it was supposed to end with that theme playing, with the bat signal out there. And then we had Batman, but then we also had Robin on top of a gargoyle like that. I wish we would have gotten that. But it's okay. We have it for this movie. You know, Tim Burton has a style. I don't think he fully grasped the idea of what Batman is. I think he just attached himself to this property because it was dark and it was creepy. That's what he likes doing. He likes things that look weird and are kooky. He even talked about it in Batman Returns that, you know, he just thought it was interesting that we had all these characters who were animals, and I just think that's interesting. That's a direct quote, by the way. So, Tim Burton, I don't think is the best Batman director. I love his sense of character that he gives to the city of Gotham and the style that it has. I love the costume design. The Batsuit, I think, looks cool. It looks like, you know, a first-time suit, basically. And it gets even better from here in Batman Returns. In the Batman 89 comic series, it looks good. I know another thing I like about the Batman comic series is that they showed us the intended Robin that was supposed to be in this movie. I think one of the Wayans brothers was supposed to be Robin. And they had storyboards that were created because there was a sequence in here that they were going to introduce Robin, but then they cut it. Which I'm glad they did, because I think Robin would not have... It's just not needed for this story. If anything, I wish they would have put Robin in Batman Returns. But, you know, I like what we got in Batman Forever. But Batman 89... It's a classic. I think anyone who is into the superhero genre and loves superheroes needs to watch this movie because it's a staple. It is a moment in film history where marketing and movie studios really put everything in to a superhero property. Superman the movie in '78, yes, it was the first superhero film that really just touched everybody in the mainstream media. But when it comes to blockbuster movies and when it comes to attaching like marketing and toys and merchandising, this is really the movie that set everything off, and studios were realizing that, oh, we can make a lot of money with a property like this. Let's do more of these Batman movies. which is what they did for Tim Burton. That's why he did not direct Nightmare Before Christmas, because Warner Brothers said, please work for us, and you can do whatever you want for the sequel, and we'll give you all the money that you want. We don't care. We want you back. Batman 1989 is a classic. I definitely recommend checking it out, and it's great rewatching this, especially for our reintroduction of Michael Keaton in the Flash movie. And I'm loving that a brand new generation is getting to be introduced to the Michael Keaton version of Batman, because like I said, all throughout this watch along, Michael Keaton as Batman is just cool. Is he the best? I don't think so, but he's certainly the frickin' coolest, because Michael Keaton is just straight up frickin' cool. I'm gonna give Batman 89 4 out of 5 Blu-rays.
I like it a lot.
So guys, if you've seen Batman, what did you think about it? What is your ranking of all of the Batman movies that have come out over the many, many decades that we've had this character? Whatever you thought, comment below, let me know what you thought about it. And as always, if you like what you see here, if you like my take on movies, then hit the subscribe button and make sure you hit that bell. See you the next time I'm releasing my next movie review. So guys, I will see you next time on the channel, but in the meantime, be well, be good to each other, and go watch a movie. Take care, guys.